Many Sri Lankans living in Australia face legal issues that involve both countries. You may live in Australia, but your marriage may have taken place in Sri Lanka. Your land, family home, or inheritance issue may be in Sri Lanka. Or you may have an Australian visa matter, but important supporting documents may need to come from Sri Lanka. So the practical question is, do you need a Sri Lankan lawyer, an Australian lawyer, or both? The answer depends on three things: what the legal issue is, where the relevant court or authority is located, and what outcome you need. You usually need an Australian lawyer when the issue is governed by Australian law or involves an Australian court, tribunal, or government department. This may include divorce in Australia, parenting arrangements, property settlement, family violence intervention orders, migration and visa matters, civil disputes, debt recovery, contract disputes, or Australian court documents. For example, if you live in Australia and want to apply for divorce through the Federal Circuit and Family Court of Australia, that is generally an Australian family law issue. Even if the marriage took place in Sri Lanka, the Australian court may still have jurisdiction depending on your circumstances. If the matter involves a partner visa, parent visa, bridging visa, visa refusal, visa cancellation, or the Department of Home Affairs, that is governed by Australian migration law. On the other hand, you usually need a Sri Lankan lawyer when the issue concerns Sri Lankan law, Sri Lankan land, Sri Lankan court proceedings, inheritance, succession, land records, or documents that must be used in Sri Lanka. This may include selling or transferring land in Sri Lanka, preparing a power of attorney, lodging caveats, land registry searches, title issues, or dealing with Sri Lankan government officers. Sometimes you may need both. For example, you may obtain a divorce in Australia, but later need to understand whether that divorce can be recognized or relied on in Sri Lanka. Australian family law may also deal with the financial relationship between separated parties, but land in Sri Lanka may still require separate Sri Lankan legal steps. Key risk is assuming that one legal system automatically solves the whole problem. That is why it is important to identify early which country's law applies, which lawyer is required, and whether coordinated assistance is needed in both countries. I am an Australian solicitor and also an attorney at law in Sri Lanka. That dual background helps clients explain their issue to someone who understands Australian legal procedure, Sri Lankan legal documents, family structures, land issues, migration issues, and the practical difficulties that arise when a matter involves both countries. If your legal issue involves both Australia and Sri Lanka, it is important to get the pathway right from the beginning.